And wrong side of the head.
Yes, I was beckoning Paul to come hither rather than go thither because he's got some incredible news.
Excuse me.
He has some incredible, well, there, you can translate that for all you Hobbit fans or whatever the fuck weird movie people watch. Tell us what happened, Paul.
Well, it turned out we had the usual Thursday morning safety stuff.
Oh, you do like a safety drill, a little...
Right. This one was about how to lift boxes.
Oh, how to lift boxes.
Lift things again.
No, lift boxes as opposed to lift burning guests out of the hotel.
Chairs and whatnot.
Well, save the hardware first, of course.
Anything you're going to lift and move from one place to another.
Did they have like an example of a flaming thing you would lift?
No.
Oh, okay.
You would, you're supposed to, stoop down, grip it, and then lift with your legs.
But what if your knees are like fucking? You can't stoop down.
True. See, nobody ever brings that one up.
Well, yeah, I can't stoop anymore because I got this bad knee, and what? So what is there?
Damn, if I can stoop shit, if I hit the floor, I have a bitch.
Yeah, you're going to be turtled like I am. So do they not make an accommodation for people who aren't able to
get help?
Do that? Well, sometimes help's not available, and sometimes things have to be moved. Are you allowed to recruit guests to give you a hand? Such as happens in the third world? Well, and I don't think that's necessarily bad, actually, quite honestly. If you're being given a good price on a room, maybe from time to time you lend a hand. No, not here in the U.S., not in the wonderful western world of the U.S.
You might Canada and England and all of them, but
in my experience of staying in hostelries in the United Kingdom and specifically in England is that if you are in any way odd, unless you've happened upon a particularly accommodating landlord, if you were at all odd, which witness you better conform to the local norms or you're going to be shit out of luck, dudes.
Pack light.
Well, you got to pack light, and I guess they're even making the carry-on luggage even smaller here now recently.
Yeah, they are.
Well, hell's fire! I'll have to go get a new damn thing here. Since I travel so often.
It's not allowed to be more than 7 inches high.
Well, I guess you could measure that with your dick.
It's pretty much like
I'd have to get mine worked up a bit.
The case for the laptop,
dude.
That's pretty much.
I'd have to eyeball that.
That's pretty much the biggest you can use. That size.
Well, that's all you really need, isn't it?
And 7 inches high.
Yeah, about 3 pair of underwear and a couple, maybe an extra pair of socks and
pair of slacks.
Oh hell, I don't know. I mean, well, you want an extra pair of pants in case you crap yourself nowadays. Here, given our age. Well, actually, given my age when I was over there the first time, I was 19, and I had the Shigella dysentery.
Well, you ate ice cream off the sidewalk, didn't you?
Well, that's how it started, maybe. But, that doesn't mean I was crapping all the time. It was just, usually I could go to one of these public cans, you know. With
Right.
Well, the problem, of course, in the public can, you know, there's really no. And I wasn't a dumbass. I actually did bring over toilet paper, but I didn't bring over enough toilet paper. You know, I didn't make that mistake the second or third or fourth times I traveled over there. I can assure you. Far better to have toilet paper than socks or, well, you got to have underwear. But far better to have toilet paper than shirts and. You feel nice and warm.
It's warm out.
He does feel nice and warm. I do like that. I don't know what he thinks about, but I like that.
Anyway,
You know, Paul gazes into the middle distance.
anyway, no, we got off shit.
Well, of course, because I'm going to keep doing that. You know I do that.
Anyway, the executive housekeeper. She's stepping down.
That would be your immediate, not your immediate supervisor, but your immediate supervisor is actually Lee, right?
No.
Oh,
Lee's the assistant.
Oh, the assistant of the individual who is resigning.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Lee's going to step up and take her job.
Oh, outstanding!
So they want somebody, to be Lee's assistant.
Do you think that's in the cards for you, or would you even want to do that? Do you prefer to be down in the hurly-burly of the shop floor rather than?
I think I could do it.
Well, I know you could do it. I mean, it's just what's temperamentally suited to you.
come on. They're asking the housekeepers, well, if one of you would like to be the assistant.
Well, you have to ask everybody, because otherwise it's considered discrimination.
Well, nobody asked me. And
because otherwise it'd be considered discrimination.
I'm standing there, I'm thinking,
Sorry, guys, that's how it works nowadays.
These people forget shit. They miss shit.
No, we all do that.
We constantly have to run them back, and redo something.
Well, we all, that happens. Well, the issue is not too often.
And I have been doing this since 1988.
Well, no shit. I mean, you've been doing it since longer than that, haven't you? Really? I mean, no. I guess you didn't get into the housekeeping, cleaning, tidying business till. Right, because after that before that you were doing like KFC and things and this and that, and then UDF and that sort of thing, which terrified the fuck out of me that somebody's going to come in and kill your ass. Well, Lawson's and UDF to me were always sort of interchangeable as far as gas stations, but certainly not in terms of milkshakes. In high school, the guys I ran around with, a big night out for us was we went to the UDF and had milkshakes and sat in the parking lot and drank them. That's
what? You didn't go out and block the fucking gas tank so nobody could buy gas?
No, we didn't do that because they didn't have gas. These were two UDFs, not UDF gas stations. They were just like UDF. You'd go in, and I was sort of the oddball out guy, of course, obviously, as always. And I always had the vanilla shake. This was high adventure for us guys. This was our anti-prom. We went out and we had this, we went to UDF and had an anti-prom. We didn't dance with each other, but we actually got out of the car and, drank our milkshakes standing outside the car and walking around.
Like you were having a beer or something.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Which of course, then later on, we then went to somebody's house and had a beer, but
The same night.
well, fuck yes,
Okay, I just thought it.
Well, and then it's like that. It's like it was like on New Year's when they're basically the same guys, although there were some other guys, and we went over to this other fellow's house. And unfortunately, it was at the house of a fellow who fancied himself quite the leader of youths or youth.
A youth group.
Well, it was George C., and I will not say his name, leader of youths or youth. He'd been involved in Boy Scouts and church groups, and this guy was such a fucking blowhard. But at least on New Year's, he let his poor kid, Gary, God bless him, he must have just, but he internalized all of that stuff, which of course is,
So you let Gary go out party?
No, we didn't go out. No. He let us come over and play poker with Gary on New Year's Eve. And we played for money. I cleaned these guys out. Yeah, I took every damn penny they had. I even cajoled them into letting us play blackjack, or to playing blackjack and letting me be the banker after I won all their money from poker.
My mom, when she would go on trips, with friends, if she got short of cash, she'd go to the racetrack. She'd play the horses.
Well, I always watch the horse's butt.
Well, it was like, why like that name? I like that jockey's name,
Yeah.
And they're going, oh, come on, it sucks. You're not gonna get anything. She'd fucking win.
Well, yeah.
I mean, hell, she was going down to the Kentucky Derby and doing this shit.
No. Wouldn't be the worst thing that's happened at the Kentucky Derby, or the least rational thing that's happened at the Kentucky Derby.
I mean, she'd start with like $2. She'd start with $2.
Yeah.
And just go and go.
Now, in the middle of most Bibles that are sort of comprehensive Bibles, there's a section in the center called the Apocrypha. And I think sometimes we stray into the Apocrypha here from time to time. They're all good stories, though. Everybody should read the Apocrypha in their Bible. Tobit is a particularly good story. Well, and read the Maccabees for stalwart martyrs being killed and professing their faith in the face of a horrible death. Sort of like what's happening over in ISIS land right now. Back to the Future, huh? Will there be? And I've always said, Scripture isn't necessarily fixed. I've often thought, that in future centuries, future years, we're going to have new writings added to Scripture, and I think the kinds of things the Christians are going through now, and I suppose maybe in terms of the writings of the Muslims and the writings of the Christians or the Jews, the travails they're going through now with these ISIS dudes, these will be part of the Scriptures in future centuries, unless, of course, it all comes to an end here fairly shortly, and we all go up to meet sort of like this. Where let's see,
Lord.
Yes, the Lord comes down, and we all meet him.
But back to no. When I first started there,
About where?
over at the inn.
Oh, at the hotel. Okay.
Okay, and Mark, it's getting really late. And
Yeah, you actually interviewed with him, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
he is like, saying, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I said, why don't we take it over? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Well, now she is going to do it.
I'm puzzled. So you're not talking about the first time you met Mark. You're talking about now a recent exchange.
No. I'm talking like when I started there. Mark was there for like about a month after he started, and then he moved off.
Oh, I thought he was
He
there.
got a better off.
Oh, but he was there when you interviewed.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he was head of housekeeping.
Oh, right.
So then when he left,
before he came back as assistant. Or deputy. Yeah, man. I'm sorry.
And because I told Lee, I said, well, why don't we do it? Why don't we take over?
Very present.
I said, you be the head. I said, I'll assist you. She said, but you're the houseman. I said, well, we'll get another houseman.
Yeah. You'd be houseman /
I said, okay, I'll be over the houseman. And I said, I'll watch him and I'll train him and
this is
make
your
sure
pay grade.
he gets his shit
This
done.
is your pay grade. If you're going to take on additional responsibility, then you're
Right.
paid more. On the other hand, you don't want to become salaried because then,
Yeah. Been there. It sucks.
These things happen. You know, it depends on the amount of autonomy you have in your work. I had a lot of autonomy in my work, but it was all compensated for it. But it's up to
Right.
Yeah.
But I know I'm gonna have a ton of overtime this week.
I had to do that, guys.
I was sending and then doing that double stuff tomorrow. With that tour bus and stuff.
Oh, that's right. You've got a thing now. Tell them about this thing, this bag shifting thing here coming up.
This tour bus is coming in. They do this like once a year.
That's right. I remember this. This is like a third or fourth time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they normally stay where there's like a valet service. We don't have that. You check in, you get a luggage cart, you take your stuff to your room.
As Bill said, you grab your shit, you take your shit, you get going with your shit. That's what
right.
That's what Bill said. That's now probably a now dead friend of ours.
Right. So this bus is coming.
Your shit. YORE.
This bus is coming in sometime tomorrow night.
Sorry.
And I'm going to be taking the luggage cart out there and pulling the stuff out of the bus, out of the luggage hole.
Oh, pulling stuff out of a hole.
Going room to room.
I've done that. Careless with a head or it's a stool.
And take their luggage.
Baby or a stool.
Take their luggage to them. Because they're used to having someone grab their bags and run them up for them. So they will not do it.
It's more fun to drag a baby out, or drag out a big old stool that's making somebody septic than carry a piece of luggage
So-
upstairs.
I'm going to be on the clock, plus I'm going to get
Good.
paid so much
Good.
per suitcase.
Good. Yes. And tell them what. Well, perhaps that's not being discreet. Telling what they're going to pay you per suitcase. It's amazing.
I was shocked last year.
Well, no point teasing him without
it
without
sounded
specific
like
information.
junk.
So yes. Well, good. So and that's tomorrow night.
Yeah,
It's tomorrow
that's
night.
fun doing tomorrow night.
Yeah, but you come home for a little
Right.
little lie down.
I'll come home
Little lie.
and then get back there by
well,
8 o'clock.
Well, neat.
Because their arrival time is anywhere from like 8:30 on. So I'm going to be on the clock and hang out till we show up.
It's good. I had to hang around all the time a lot to do a Medicaid case there at 5:30 after my last case was done at noon because they like to try to drive me out of the place. When I finally collected my pile, I left. The assholes. That's okay. That's how medicine works. That's how the world works.
That's what tomorrow like. And the housekeeper.
Well, good. I hope you get.
The housekeepers have heard about it. They're like, "Oh my heavens!"
Oh, they want to cut. They want to cut the action.
No. They're trying to kill you.
No. Well,
they're gonna wear you out and run you down.
Well, they don't know you. Then worth a fuck. Do they? Yeah. That's just the. I thought maybe they wanted a piece of the action. I wouldn't doubt. I wouldn't.
No, the cook's husband's gonna be there, so he's gonna get a piece of the action.
Yeah. Let's see. I can do that. Here. Let's see. I need to write my. Oh, I wrote that. Okay. You always have to sort of plan ahead. Sort of tags you're going to put on these videos.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Well, there it is. I guess that's pretty much it.
So I'm going to work 7 to when I usually get off. And then I have free time. Then I go back at 8. And then I'll be there till whenever that's done. And then I'll come home. And then I'll go back Saturday morning and do regular shift. So.
Well, good. No. I know I always sound sarcastic when I say that, but I don't mean it. I mean, when I say well, good, I really do mean well, good. Unless, of course, I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not being sarcastic.
So when they pull my time off of the time clock to do my paycheck, they're going shit.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Buffalo Housing's got how many hotels they have?
Oh, we've got a lot.
Well, they got 10.
We have different.
They've got what, about 15, 50? Well, okay, yeah, I know they use shell companies, but not shell companies, but subsidiary companies. But in reality, how many?
They're all different names. Oh shoot. 2 here.
Yeah.
And 3 or 4 of.
Well, without getting you into difficulty. I mean, I would assume that. Well, I mean, they gave you the thing. I mean, they clearly sort of want an overall sort of brand. This is their branding, but I mean,
Right.
they've really treated you very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Well, the big boss finally made it back.
Oh, Dee Dee, where'd she go?
Her daughter had a baby and she was home for a week or so.
Oh, I didn't realize she was gone a week. I thought she'd been there for a while. Well, because you had said something the other day that somebody talked to Dee Dee. Maybe that was before.
I know.
Yeah.
That was Sunday when we were doing all the replacing and stuff. And the housekeepers were bitching about it.
Oh, right.
They were saying, well, Miss Dee Dee said we can get double money for this. And we're like, I'm thinking, how? She's not been here.
I misunderstood.
When was she supposed to tell you this?
I misunderstood.
You know, she's been gone. She's been gone for a week and a half, 2 weeks. When would she have told you that on the day that we switch all the old for the new, you get double for that room?
Mm.
So, anyway,
La Belle and Different.
she's back to the one with him. So, Jonathan's like, hey, stranger, glad to see you again. How's the grandkid and your daughter doing? Fine.
Well,
She has an infection.
Oh, an infection. Oh, I like infections. Tell me about an infection.
Oh, she has an ovarian infection.
Not the heartbreak of chlamydia. Not PID, pus in dare, as we used to say.
No, she didn't say other.
Well, I'm sure she didn't say pus in dare. That's what we used to say when it was
she gave it
pelvic
some other
inflammatory
name.
disease. Well, it's a mixed infection. Pus in dare. And often it starts with the heartbreak of chlamydia. Well, it is for women, not so much for men.
All I know, it's an ovarian infection.
Well, now if it's actually an ovarian abscess, that's a major problem. I mean, it is. That's a major problem. If it's truly an ovarian abscess, oh, that's easy enough to deal with. Just cut in there and drain the son of a bitch. That's how you deal with an abscess. Well, no, it is.
Oh, wow, here we go again. She's like, no shit.
Well, I mean, an abscess, the only way to drain pus under pressure is to drain it. I mean, pus under pressure it makes you sick. So, open it. Deal with it. Get to it. Do it. Pus in dare is one thing. Chronic, sort of inflammatory stuff with infection is one thing. But if you've got a discrete abscess, you've got to drain that pus, because if you have pus in there or pus in there, you've got to let it out.
So, anyway,
that's what I do with my nipple.
little mom and new baby is home. Dee Dee said, I've had it. I've got to go back to work. She's like,
well, hell, the mother's got 2 breasts. She can feed the child, so what's the deal?
You take care of the kid,
Well,
she said.
no.
And
Get a wet rag, clean her behind up, and there you go. I mean, what's the deal?
I'll be the polite dad when I get home, and I'll take the baby and just you can go take a nap.
There are very few problems
I'll
in the
deal with
world.
the kid.
There are very few
When I
problems
get
in the
home.
world that can't be solved, involving young children, that can't be solved with a wet rag. Keep a wet rag ready to hand at all times for your child, your young child. Sometimes, and if they're not crapping themselves, and if they're mouthing off to you, sometimes you can sort of wind it up a bit, and drain it out a bit so it's not really wet, and whack them upside the head with it. That generally gets their attention real fast.
I remember I did that.
Well, I never did that to Thomas, but and that never happened to me. But
Mike.
I always thought that would be a good idea. I was holding that in reserve. I never did. Thomas was so good, you never really had to do much to him. I only had to sort of lay my hand on him maybe 4 times over like 6 years, and that was just sort of like a brief, nothing serious. I, on the other hand, had to cut my switch and keep it up on top of the refrigerator well until the time I was in my teens.
Same here.
Until the time I told my dad that if you ever lay a hand on me again, I will kill you. And that's when it all stopped. Discipline, huh? Oh man, I'm getting so fucking turned on right now. You wouldn't believe.
The same house.
Pardon, honey?
We almost sound like
I was trying to actually
up in the same house.
Put my face up into his armpit. The great thing about Paul when I first met him was, he had just gotten off from the factory and he was wearing this, really grody T-shirt from where he'd worked. And I'd follow him back to this place there on the west side of Columbus. And quite often, he would sit up on the countertop, of his kitchen, because he hadn't eaten, he was eating, so he's eating. So we see him on the countertop, there, this thing there. I'm, I wasn't able to early on get him to take his shirt off right away. But when but even so, I was able to stick my tongue and things and sniff in, and I'm in there and I'm sucking away and sucking away and sucking away and sucking away, and and then we went upstairs. And as he always continually pointed out to me, his 3-story apartment. And,
What?
well, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was a 3-story apartment, but that seemed to be a thing that you really took pride in. But, one, I liked the fact that he worked hard and he came home and he was a fucking man. And 2, I liked the fact that he looked like a man. He didn't shave himself. He didn't do any of this crap. I was really surprised when I found out he did this damn thing at Halloween with the drag queen shit.
I was about $100.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we worked through that, and what? I don't do this to me. It's bullshit. Go away. Go away. These damn political calls are a bunch of crap. So it was. I'd go over there. It was over and back, over and back, over. I was only getting like 3 hours of sleep during this time. I'd go to this place, and then occasionally I'd stay, and I'd get up very early in the morning, and I'd drive back to my place and clean up and go to work. Pounding into me, the few times. I mean, I'm really not temporarily gifted to, but occasionally, wow. I mean, just when you guys out there run into this moment in your lives, and you will, some of you, don't lose sight of that, and do not let it die. Enough said. Didn't think I'd end up going there, did you? I didn't think I'd end up going there either when I turned this thing on so Paul could tell a story. I like stories. Anything else to add, Paul?
No.
Not when you were sitting there on your kitchen counter and I was down there between your legs?
No.
Well, really? No reminiscences about that? It seems that I was unmemorable.
Well, I remember it.
Well, some events have to be unmemorable, don't they? So I will now be quiet. And I will say bye-bye, YouTubers. And as you can see, it's 10 till 6 or 5:50 or 17:50 Eastern Daylight Time, 18 June 2015, Thursday. Alrighty. Bye-bye, YouTubers. It's been Gala and great.